But, we really have quite a dilemma here, and, I think both of you very articulately have laid out what the issue is. Clearly, the public has made it very clear where they are on this issue, and now you have your government leaders who have to figure out a solution. And none of these answers is probably one that anyone is thrilled about, but I think for someone who has been very active with infrastructure issues, and given that we live in a commonwealth and particularly a city, the city of Boston, with aging infrastructure, this is an issue that comprehensively we have to look how it's going to be addressed, whether you're dealing with it as a mayor, you're dealing with it as a governor, you're dealing with it as a president. Now, I think probably maybe one of the wild cards here is we have a new president who is going to be sworn into office. Of course, he's not being sworn in until the 20th. I'm actually going to be fortunate enough to be there. I'm very excited about that.
Hope you got a hotel room.
I do. I'm all set. I did it early. I did it on a hope that it was going to. I had faith, and so I actually booked it before the election. And I was fortunate that the citizens of our country helped me out there, and I think helped themselves out. If I can give a political editorial, I'm not supposed to do that. But now that he's our president, he's everybody's president.
That's correct.
But I would hope that there are going to be opportunities that he will hopefully look. I know aging infrastructure and providing employment and a shot in the arm to the economy is very much on his plate and on his list of agenda items. So, maybe there is some hope there that there can be some sort of assistance to not only Massachusetts, but across the country to dealing with these very, very complicated issues. Because in the end, there has to be fiscal responsibilities, but, people can't print money in the basement. The state government, the city government, the county government can't do it. The federal government's doing a very good job of printing it.
A few more
they actually have been printing it. But I think what we have to do is look at these issues responsibly. And with the new president, hopefully, and with our governor having a very good relationship with our incoming president, maybe this will be some way that can be helpful. He being helpful to the ratepayers, being to the taxpayers, because ultimately these are issues that all of us together have to figure out how are we going to solve them. And sometimes maybe things come to a head for a reason. And sometimes they spur action. And I know there are a number of proposals, and hopefully we'll have some solutions. But I certainly know my constituents who use this. I know how they feel. I know they are very much in opposition to this toll hike. And we haven't had hearings on the gas hike. And there's probably, we're fortunate right now that the gas prices are way down. But we also know, having paid $4 a gallon for gas myself, and I know I'm not alone in that.
Only a few months ago.
We know that this is kind of a minor reprieve from what at some point they're going to go up again. So I think we have to look at this really from a big picture perspective.
Right. We're at Stop the Pike hike. We are confident that it needs to be. We're looking for a leader, an elected official, to step forward and really do something to stop this, because the whole state needs comprehensive transportation reform. And even this toll hike is just a Band-Aid on a broken bone. It's not going to fix the problem overall. I mean, if you look at the T, because I get emails from all kinds of people now that, I'm much more well-read on transportation issues since we started this campaign.
Well, see, that's a plus.
That's a
right?
plus.
Well, we all learn something. Through crisis, we learn something.
Unfortunately, it's mostly bad news. But the T is also has a lot of budget problems. So that's another problem down the line. So someone needs to step forward and really do something with transportation to try and address all the issues at once, rather than these little Band-Aids, which is just going to leave some communities like East Boston and Winthrop as places where you can't sell a home or rent a home, because if you're a commuter from Winthrop, you have to pay $2,000 a year to commute to a job in the city, or more, depending on if you get a job in Framingham. It could be even more money. You're talking about $14 a day back and forth. And, it's just going to kill some communities, which is not definitely what you want to do in a recession. It's you want to help people out as opposed to hurting specific ones. And for Boston to have easy access with roads and bridges and tunnels all working, that helps generate business. whereas this is going to hinder business in some communities and really just decimate those areas. So
well, you certainly make a very, very good case for your position, and I know Governor Patrick is a very smart man, a wonderful elected official, and I'm sure he's hearing you, and I just have confidence somehow that there's going to be a way to resolve this issue. But what I'd like to do, because I know that there's another hearing coming up, and for people who would like to contact you, want to work with you on this issue, I'm sure they want to know how to do that. So why don't, I don't know whether it be you, Mike, or Spencer, who
sure.
wants to give the spiel on
Sure.
your website.
Yeah.
And I know you have your Pike Hike little sticker there.
Yeah, this is, check out stopthepikehike.org. And that you can find all the information, any news. We update it daily on any information as to what news is going on with the toll hike. So please visit that. You can sign up our online petition, where that way you'll get updates as to when the hearings are and different things that we're going to be doing to try and make sure that everyone has heard our voice. And we really need to step up, and we're looking for leaders to speak to help save this thing, because this is just a reckless idea, according to Stop the Pike Hike.
Well, look, I am so grateful for you joining us on our official last program of the 2008, and I certainly hope that 2009 is going to bring relief to you as well as to people across the county and across the Commonwealth and across our nation. So I want to thank you both for joining us. You're very, very capable and able spokespeople for your cause, and I certainly know many, many of my constituents share your view, and I'm very grateful for what you're doing. Thank you.
To thank you for shedding light on this issue by having this show today.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Maura.
Have a good day.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a great presentation, and we certainly can see that this is a complicated issue. There aren't easy solutions, but I really know our elected officials and our leaders are going to be able to come up with a way to resolve this in a way that is fair and equitable, and it's just one example of the challenges we're going to face in 2009. So we're going to take a brief break and be coming back very shortly with representatives from the United Way. Again, difficult times, people need help, and the United Way is one of many organizations that helps people who are in need. So we're going to take a brief break, and we will be right back.
Yeah.